Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukula, KYG. Before we begin, as always, let us chant one Om and then pay homage to our Sadguru and invoke Ganesha from the Mooladhara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Let us revise what we have learnt so far. And then we will continue. We will chant each line twice. Let's begin. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. It came to my mind suddenly that I am stressing the Namaha. So we don't have to do that. I'm also learning to teach. So it is, let us chant these two lines again without stressing on that. Don't elongate the Namaha too much. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Jvalaya Namaha. Jvalaya Namaha. Jvalalingaya Namaha. Jvalalingaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha Paramaya Namaha Paramaya Namaha Paramalingaya Namaha Paramalingaya Namaha Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati pani mantram pavitram. Again. Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati pani mantram pavitram. Sadyo jatam prapadhyami sadyo jataya vai namo namaha. Sadyo jatam prapadhyami sadyo jataya vai namo namaha. Bhave bhave nati bhave bhavasvamam. Bhave bhave nati bhave bhavasvamam. Bhavodbhavaya namaha. Bhavodbhavaya namaha. Excellent. Vamadevaya namo. Vamadevaya namo. Next two lines we'll chant it together. Jeshthaya namah Shreshthaya namo. Jeshthaya namah Shreshthaya namo. These three lines we'll chant together twice. Rudraya namah Kalaya namah Kalavikarnaya namo. Rudraya namah Kalaya namah Kalavikarnaya namo. Balavikarnaya namo. Again. Balavikarnaya namo. Next. Balaya namo. Again. Balaya namo. The next two lines we'll chant together. Bala pramatanaya namas sarva bhuta damanaya namo. Let's do it together. Bala pramathanaya namas sarva bhuta damanaya namo. Very nice. Bala pramathanaya namas sarva bhuta damanaya namo. Manonmanaya namaha. Again. Manonmanaya namaha. Wonderful. Let's revise what we learned yesterday. Remember the gha and the bha and the tha. Aghorebhyo thagorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyaha. Again. Aghorebhyo thagorebhyo ghora ghora tarebhyaha. Next line. Sarvebhyah sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Again. Sarvebhyah sarva sharvebhyo namaste astu rudra rupebhyah. Very nice. Wonderful. Don't worry about getting everything together at once. Sometimes the innotations will come first in certain lines and then the pronunciation follows. So keep listening. Fine tune your listening to your own chant and then compare to what you... Don't assume that you got it. There are always room for improvisation and improvement. Not improvisation, but improvement. And then we come to this beautiful place where we focus on the Rudra Gayatri. The Rudra Gayatri, this is a Gayatri mantra for Rudra. This is the essence of the Shivopasana mantra. This is the essence of Rudram. This is the essence of everything Shiva stands for. This mantra is so powerful because you face east and you chant this mantra. This is the beauty of this mantra. It reminds us of the rising of the sun. Facing east is very auspicious. It is inbuilt into our psyche at a very deep level because sun is a source of life on this planet. It is a major source of prana, and therefore we owe everything to the sun. And therefore, Tat Purusha vidmahe mahadevaya dhimahi tanno rudra prachodayat. This Gayatri is associated with the east-facing Shiva. Right? When you don't get the time to chant the entire Shivopasana, this Rudra Gayatri alone is sufficient. But don't just learn this because you're lazy to learn the rest. When you learn the entire Shivopasana, then the brain allows an experience of another dimension to become embedded in itself. The nervous system, the brain, the senses begin to register another dimension. When Swami Vivekananda faced his master, Sri Ramakrishna, and asked him, "Have you seen God?" And Sri Ramakrishna said, "I see God more real than I see you." And so the experience of God becomes a reality when you allow the brain to open up to the vibrations and the frequencies of this chant. So the nervous system gets tuned and you begin to experience something that you were never experienced before. So practice the entire Shivopasana mantra. This is a crest jewel that sits on top of this beautiful worship, the Rudra Gayatri. How is this chanted? Tat Purushaya vidmahe mahadevaya dhimahi tanno rudra prachodayat. The green is there in the end. Okay, we'll learn the chanting, we'll learn the meaning. Tat Purushaya vidmahe mahadevaya dhimahi. Dhimahi. Tat means that. Purusha, the divine being, the supreme consciousness, the Shiva consciousness, right? The supreme consciousness in this mantra is, we adore that as Shiva. Tat Purusha, that divine being from which everything emerges. Not being as in a person, it's another poetic way of referring to that consciousness. Okay? Tat Purusha. Vidmahe. Comes from Vidya. Vidya means knowledge. I know, I perceive, I understand, I comprehend. Mahe, I. So I invoke. I use the word invoke here for a reason. When your mind goes to Tat Purusha, automatically the mind has become that. Mind has no shape of its own. Mind is not like a container, not like an empty glass in which thoughts happen. Thoughts are the mind. Baba would often say, mind is like a cloth. Remove the threads and the cloth ceases to exist. And therefore, thoughts form the mind. Mind is a virtual reality, as it were. An illusion. It doesn't exist on its own. So that mind takes the shape of any thought that you constantly engage in. Any thought, right? And the more constantly you engage in that thought, the mind begins to get absorbed in that. And that vibrations begin to percolate in your nervous system, and therefore it becomes a reality in front of you. This is important to understand, because when we harbor negative thinking, victimized thinking, why is this happening to me? Why am I suffering so much? Why is all this happening only to me? When will this suffering end? When we do this, the mind is becoming that. And therefore what we don't want actually begins to materialize. So stop that. Replace those thoughts with thank you, thank you. There is always a powerful lesson even in the most troubling circumstances. And when you are gratefully, you accept that, then the circumstances begin to change. The mind. So vidmahe, Tat Purushaya vidmahe means by just merely perceiving that, you are invoking whom? The Tat Purusha himself, the divine consciousness himself. This is why this becomes a reality eventually, the more we meditate and chant on this. Tat Purushaya vidmahe. Let's chant it together, just these two lines. Listen to it one more. Tat Purushaya vidmahe. Let's chant it together. Tat Purushaya vidmahe. Again. Tat Purushaya vidmahe. Wonderful. Now that you perceive, you adore this, right? Mahadeva, the greatest of all, the supreme Godhead. Dhimahi, I meditate upon this, the supreme consciousness that I perceive. I meditate, this is the supreme Deva. Beyond this, there is nothing for me. That is the kind of attitude you take towards this Shiva consciousness. Mahadevaya Dhimahi, I meditate. Just enter into that deep contemplation of Tat Purusha. Mahadevaya Dhimahi. It's not he, Dhimahi. Listen to it one more. Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Let's chant it together twice. Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Wonderful. Listen to these two lines together, then we'll chant it twice. Tat Purushaya vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Let's chant it together. Tat Purushaya vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Again. Tat Purushaya vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi. Beautiful. What, and when you meditate, and then how do you converse with this? Tanno Rudra prachodayat. Tanno. Tan means exclusive. Tan matra. Tan is a very beautiful word. Tan means exclusive. So when you meditate upon him, you meditate exclusively. You tell him, I'm completely dependent on you and none else. All of that meaning comes into this. Anyata sharanam nasti tvameva sharanam mama, as it's said in the Gita. This one word explains all of that. I don't want anyone. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I have complete implicit faith in none else but you. Tanno. Tanno. No, it comes from Naha. Tannaha becomes Tanno. Naha is us human beings, me and my family, me and my community, me and my society, me and my nation, however you want to do it. It's not wrong to pray for you and your family. If that is uppermost on your mind, then do that. Be honest with the divinity in you. And when that is settled, then your mind embraces your neighbor and the community around you. So Tanno is not just me, but us. Us means the family, community, society, whatever you tune in at that moment. Tanno. I trust you. I have implicit faith in you that you will help us. That is the kind of meaning there in that simple word of Tanno. And here what we say, Tanno, what kind of help? Rudra, that effulgence. Allow your effulgence, that 100 rays of the sun, effulgence. I use the word effulgence just to give you a different perception on this. Rudra, is that 100 rays of the sun, like we learned in the previous verses. I implore you, I have faith that you will help me understand, illuminate my mind with this 100 rays of sun, with this powerful Rudra energy. And when my interior consciousness gets illuminated, it begins to reflect everything around me, begins to change, becomes positive and beautiful and divine. That is the power of this mantra. Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Now, you see in English, I have put it within brackets, I have put an F there, the letter F. What is that? The actual word there is Rudraha. Rudraha. So when there is Rudraha, Ha and Pa come together, there is again a combination. So when you join the Rudra, instead of saying Tanno Rudraha Prachodayat, it is very difficult to chant in beat or in meter. And therefore what we say, Tanno Rudraf Prachodayat, that F comes in, F, a very subtle F. So the mouth closes to an F sound and then Pa comes in. So, Tanno Rudraf Prachodayat, Dhiyo Yonaf Prachodayat in Gayatri. It's like that. Tanno Rudraf Prachodayat. Okay? So, how do we do this? Tanno Rudraf Prachodayat. Listen to it one more time. Tanno Rudraf Prachodayat. Remember, there is two N. Don't say Tano. Don't say Tano Rudra. Tan Naha. Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Again, let's do it together twice. Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Beautiful. So let us chant this 3, 4, 5 times. Let's chant this 5 times. Listen to it. Playfully join along and learn to chant this. And we'll end the class with just this. Today meditate upon the eastern side of Shiva, the glorious illuminating side of Shiva. All the Agora, Vamadeva, all of that merges into this. And of course then comes the Ishana, which takes us even beyond this. So let us chant this 5 times for the 5 faces of Shiva. Why not, right? All right. Listen to it once and then we will chant 5 times together. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Okay, let's chant it together 5 times. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Second time. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Third time. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Fourth time. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. And one last time before we end the class. Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Wonderful. Thank you all for joining and giving me a chance to share one of the most powerful, most beautiful Gayatris that have been handed down to us for thousands of years from the ancient rishis, the Rudra Gayatri. May this Gayatri illumine the darkest corners of our minds. May it illumine the darkest corners of our life. So there is no negativity. Everything is filled with Shiva consciousness. We'll end this class with one Om and 3 Shantis. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti